One of the most beautiful places on the planet, Mendocino County. A rural area, huge size, but only has 83,000 residents. About 22% of them are the youth under the age of 18. Those are the people we want to talk about today. I think we've all seen examples. We look over and watch a family in a public setting and see how they interact. And you can tell that those kids come from somebody who cares about them, who has supported them. And you can notice by the way they interact that it's comfortable and smooth. We see the magic of coming from a supportive family. Unfortunately, there are lots of kids out there that didn't have the benefit of a stable and secure home. It's the child who suffers the consequences of their parents' anger, alcoholism, drug problems, insecurities. It must be lonely. It must be terribly lonely. Once we get over the idea that we think there's nothing that we could possibly do, we find that there are ways to get involved. There are ways for everyone to help. You know, in every case, when these kids make progress and move forward, it's sparked by the influence of a caring person.
Very, very exciting, challenging, rewarding program. CASA trains folks to be the eyes and ears of a child that has been brought into the juvenile system somehow, the court system, either through dependency, which involves neglect or abuse, or through delinquency. Most of the time coming from a either dysfunctional or distressed family. To be the child's voice in terms of what do I want out of this system as a child? What do I want to tell the court as a child? An 8-year-old or a 10-year-old many times is totally intimidated by it or doesn't understand what's happening. Even a 15-year-old might not.
I would definitely recommend it. I think if someone has, the room in their heart to do it, that's all they need. It's really so valuable for the young person involved. And when you're a CASA, the kid really gets that you're just there because you care about them. There's nothing else in it for you other than that kid's, success and that child's happiness.
Can you imagine, I want you to think of this, can you imagine being a child going through either the victim of a crime, the suspect of a crime, a nasty situation where your parents are divorcing and neither one of you wants them, and you're going in front of a civil judge, and not having an advocate, not having someone, and I'm not talking an attorney, I'm not talking about someone who's going to address a judge in words you don't understand. I'm talking about someone who can talk to you before the court proceeding, explain what's going to happen, go through the court proceeding, maybe sitting down right next to you, holding your hand, and then when it's all over, having someone to cry on your shoulder or celebrate and laugh with. I guess another word for CASA would be special friend. One person who says, listen, I'll meet you for breakfast, we'll take you to court, I'll be with you all day, and drop you off at the end of the day, and if anything comes up, give me a call. That CASA volunteer is there to say, hey, I'm in this with you.
I'm just passing it along, just giving them a chance, just the same way that I received the chance a long time ago. I started doing this in 2007, and I've had numerous kids from different agencies, whether foster kids, all started with foster care program. We enjoy it. We enjoy the opportunity, teaching them different things that they will not be able to see in the classroom. And then not just simply the industry itself, but life skills.
I think another key piece for these kids is that they, once they find an area where they're successful. I had a student placed at a daycare, and she liked working with little kids, but they started to give her roles of setting up a room for toddlers, and it gave her a sense of pride in feeling that she was now in charge of designing a program for these little kids, and she never knew that she was going to be great at anything. And she said, wow, I did that, and these kids responded to that. And so to see her accomplish something that she never knew she had the ability to do, it was a really big success for her.
As these young folks get more skills, they get further and further away from the behaviors that are damaging to them, and get behaviors that are positive to not only themselves but others. Showing up for work on time, dressed appropriately, learn how to interact with other employees, learning how to interact with customers. And they build so many transferable skills that can help them as they get older into better jobs and more opportunity.
Let me take you down to the jail, and there's inmates who will talk to you and say, listen, I wish someone had given me a job when I was 17, because it wasn't there, and I started doing XYZ. I want to employ these young people and let them have dreams. If you don't have dreams, you have nightmares.
So if someone is interested, they could contact me. I can keep them on my radar for a student that maybe I feel would be interested in that area, set up a meeting and go over kind of the goals and objectives. And then at that point, I would do all the paperwork with the employer and the student.
I kind of take them almost as my own kids. I try to, guide them in the right direction the best that I can.
With these little people, it isn't a choice that they made. They had no control over it. And so if we can help them to be happy and have a little normalcy, then that's what we're able to do. These kids just want to be loved, and you get these little people and they just want you to sit and hold them and hug them, and those are the best times. And the things that we've learned and grown as a family doing this, you can't even put a price on that. That's been definitely an unexpected benefit of being foster family.
It's like you're starting over. Like me, I did 5 kids, and we went through baseball and basketball and skating and everything else, and camping, and then you start over. So you're back into baseball, Little League. They're the light of our life. They don't give us time to age. I don't know what I'd do without them, to be honest with you. Really don't.
I don't think people are even aware of what a need foster care is in this area. In just this small area, there's such a need for it. And it's just our way of kind of giving back a little bit. And the reward of it is you almost feel like guilty. We get these little babies, we get to hug and love on them and play with them, and that we're the lucky ones. Going to the information meeting really was helpful in being able to ask the questions and getting answers right from the beginning without having to make a commitment, and just saying, okay, because we were a little intimidated at first.
If someone's interested in foster care, I would suggest to just call. You can call Redwood Community Services or another local agency and set up a meeting, ask questions, learn what foster care really is and what the different options are.
If you got a big heart for kids, give them a whirl. There's ones out there that need you.
Now's the time to get involved. Call our dedicated line and talk to the person who can answer your questions.
If you have the time, if you have the energy, and you have the desire, and you want to impact someone's life, and you want to let them say, there is one person in this world who unequivocally loves me, give it a shot.